toss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
won the toss.
I won the toss.
So y'all be bored for the next 10 minutes and then we get to the good stuff.
Yeah, you may not be.
All right, all right. Somebody just started the show.
So we're not opening with our typical sound. So I will now proceed. No humor in the news this past week.
Oh, yes, there is.
I
already got that.
Just like 4 items.
I got a whole page.
Yeah,
We're here for humor.
yeah.
Just
You said there would be no farts.
just sadness and anger. We all want to express our sympathy and condolences to the families of the two little boys.
Yeah.
Fletcher Merkel, 8, and Harper Moisky, 10, who lost their innocent lives to a mentally disturbed individual. These two young children will never experience the fun and joy of childhood. And to the others who were injured in Minneapolis while praying during morning church services at the Catholic Church in Minneapolis, that should never happen in the USA or anywhere in the world. We need to send a message to all members of Congress and the current administration of clowns, including the Grand Clown, who leads the cult of MAGA. They need to pass legislation that will stop the sale of assault rifles and rapid fire magazines by gun manufacturers to the general public. This really is a no-brainer, but many of our so-called politicians have no brains. Or maybe they get too much money from the so-called gun lobbyists.
Gun and drug lobbyists.
Well,
Gotta love them.
they all replaced their flag pins with AR-15 pins.
That's just,
Yeah,
oh,
Right,
that's,
it's
yeah,
not-
That's sick.
yeah.
That is sick.
It really is. I mean, and if they're not wearing the AR-15 pins, they have pins of Fat Donnie
Yeah.
on their lapel, but they do not wear
Flags.
flags.
Right.
I couldn't agree with you more, but it's Sisyphus trying to push that rock up the hill.
Yeah.
And you got somebody shooting at you as you're rolling it up the hill. Never mind falling it back down.
Linda just looked on how many deaths by shooting, school deaths, how many there are in the country, shred off about the top 20 countries, 1 or 2. 280 some school shootings in the history of US school shootings, and 1 or 2 in places like Russia, China, Indonesia, all over the world. A lot of them had none.
Yeah.
So that's something to look up, is see how many school shootings we have versus the rest of the world, and why.
But please, let's make America great again. Right?
Well, Trump's quote of the week, no one's above the law, in a text tirade late at the night regarding Governor Chris Christie, and you know Chris Christie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, of New Jersey, and his Bridgegate scandal, which was years ago. Well, Fat Dementia Don, that includes you also. You're not above the law. You're just like all of us.
With 32 indictments. However, just a thought there. Are you sure that was him that sent that? Because my understanding, he hasn't been around much the last 5 days.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, he gets up because he can't sleep. He has nobody to comfort him.
That's
He and his wife sleep in separate bedrooms.
I'm not going to ask how you know that. I don't even want to go there.
So you want to do something? I have something to feed off of that because he just brought it up, and you had something before me.
My optimistic idea for the day. This is amazing. Story out of the Washington Post. They do an optimist newsletter. This husband scoured 18 tons of rotten food waste to find his wife's wedding band. And went through all that is out of a, let's see, for a composting facility.
That's an old story.
That's not old. I want to ask, now, here we go. Let's see who's truthful today. Would you go through 18 tons of compost to find your wife's wedding ring? I know I would, dear, but I don't know about these three guys.
I didn't, I just went and bought her another one, which is true.
Yeah. Why do you guys throw your rings in the compost? I don't get
Yeah,
that.
lose in the compost, it just less.
I haven't heard an answer. Yes? No?
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't dig in. It's one of the reasons I don't have an RV.
You told me that.
So
My wife is more competent than anyone that would listen. She would never do that.
So, you're the one who brought up the FOTUS or whatever, FLOTUS.
First lady.
In your thing. I had not known this, but Anna Winter, who was the chief editor of Vogue.
Reading that a lot.
Apparently, listen, well, it's Vogue and
Yeah.
Vanity Fair are involved in this. Each of those magazines now have a new editorial staff who want to put melanoma on the covers of each of the magazines. And the folks at Vanity Fair, and that's a good magazine.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
They
and
have
Vogue has
great-
got good stories too, but Vanity Fair has got some of the best stories. They actually have investigative reporters
Yeah.
with them, but they want to put her on each of those magazines, and the staff at Vanity Fair. I don't know what it's like over at Vogue, but the staff at Vanity Fair said, "No, we're leaving. You do that, and you have nobody here to work."
Yeah.
Wow.
This is what she may not be sleeping with them, but she's hanging out with them so she can get these
Yeah.
these
The money.
magazine covers.
Yeah.
Apparently, she lives for this stuff. That and taking the roses out of the rose garden.
Putting concrete down.
Yeah, but somebody chipped the tile.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, and he's he's gonna fire them, they're gonna pay damage, and they'll never get another White House contract again, because they.
Well, he has to pay him anyway.
Yeah.
That's
He
true.
never has.
That's what happens when you buy cheap.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, here's another early morning tweet at 2:30 in the morning from this fat guy called Fat Donnie. Regards Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, who had a great comment. And Fat Donnie responded to it and called him a fat guy. When he's actually, Pritzker is concerned about his own health, and supposedly he is on a diet. And there's got to be a reason there if you want to start looking ahead a few years.
yeah, he
Get
is.
it checked. But here's what Dementia Don had to say. He called him fat. JB's response to that was, "It's time for Trump to admit he's still in the 5th grade." A truer statement has not been made, and I guess that's the way you start your campaign.
Yeah.
I don't know, 5th grade is being a little generous.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go as far as maybe
Third.
third.
Still wearing diapers?
Well, he
obviously-
wearing diapers,
He's
but
still.
He is wearing diapers, but not still. He's now wearing diapers.
Again.
That's the
Again,
better way to
wearing
put it.
diapers. Yeah. So,
Okay, who's next here?
you want the history of the lesson?
Yeah. Well, this day in
Somewhat,
history.
yeah, this
I've
not,
been waiting.
yes, I know you guys wait for this every week, so there you go. I'm actually going back a little bit, a couple of days, a couple of weeks. But I find this fascinating how all of us, and we talked a little bit about this at actually coffee the other day, about how we all learn each state's history, but we never learn other states' history. And since I've moved to New Mexico, I've learned a few things like, did everybody know that the first revolution in the United States was actually in 1680 when the Puebloan people threw out the Spanish from New Mexico? They had a revolt from, I think it's several pueblos, but a gentleman by the name of Pope led the revolt in 1680. That's a history most of us never hear about because we all know, well, South Dakota, I don't know what that history was. I was too young when I left. But, and Texas is always the Alamo, but that was way later. There's this whole history that we know nothing about. And I think that's just a little sad that we don't know these things.
Let me write that down. 1680?
1680.
What month was that?
Write it down. Here, take my notes.
It's,
Man.
well, it's just that the Pueblos were tired of having their feet cut off by the church.
Yeah. Well,
But I don't think that's a laughing
Yeah.
matter.
No, I
It is
don't
true,
I don't
but-
mean it as a laughing matter.
Okay.
I think that the tribes were tired of it. They were literally having their feet chopped off
you
because it was convert or lose a foot.
you got to convert people any way you can, Lou. No response to that.
I just,
Yeah, I agree though. Yes, there was just a lot of stuff wrong with that.
Okay,
And it lasted, I think, like 16 years. something
yeah,
like
yeah.
all right,
So-
that's this
That's your
lesson
history.
for today.
August 10th of every year,
Okay.
it's celebrated here in New Mexico.
Okay, all right, that's good, nice to know.
Is that all you got?
That's just that part of it. It's somebody else's turn now. Unlike somebody who hogs the limelight, let's pass it on to Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
Well, this is just a little bit of the Donnie and Gladdy show that I picked up over the listen to the
Okay.
news.
Donnie and Glad.
Gladdy.
Oh,
Before
okay.
we get to you, can you do something that's not Trumpish?
No,
Yeah.
no, there's not.
Well,
he
okay,
could-
you got
he could,
Okay.
Yes, I've got.
Okay.
I
All
got
right.
some.
Go ahead with your Trumpish then.
Okay. Donnie and Gladdy show.
Who's glad?
And Donnie said, thanks for coming to the Love Fest on the red carpet in Anchorage. I
Oh,
was really impressed. Too bad you couldn't stay over for a sleepover.
well,
And thank you for the ride in the limousine, what you call the Beast. I thought I was the Beast, but
Yeah.
no, your car's called the Beast. We rode around a little bit, and I thought you were going to say, Donnie. I thought Donnie was going to say, "You ever get out?" Glad he was kind of scared.
but you know what?
Gladdy, when
Yeah,
you come to Washington, I'm going to let you take a wheel at the clown bar.
you know what I
clown car,
think the
the bus.
problem was with the two of them in the car?
What? Anyway, you
Now
can have
figure out which one did that.
you can have a turn at the wheel of the clown bus.
okay.
Is what we did decide on that the short limo ride and on your meeting was that you could have all of Ukraine, Gladdy, and I will have all of the Gaza.
Yeah.
But first, before I take over and build my resort, I'll have to have Netanyahu clean it up for me. He's going to clean it out, and I'm going to build the resort, my own private resort in the Gaza on the Mediterranean. What could be better? It'd be wonderful over there.
But by the way, apparently the White House is pushing a post-war plan that calls for voluntary evacuation of Gaza.
Yeah,
Now, we're pretty sure they're going to voluntarily evacuate. Am I right?
no.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
What do we do with the 2 million Palestinians? Maybe
It's voluntary. It's all voluntary.
yeah.
Sure, it's sort of like voluntary deportation here.
Yeah.
It's
We can send those 2 million down to Alligator Road, whatever it is.
Oh, it's not anymore.
No.
No, they
It's
closed
they
it.
closed?
Well, they'll open that.
Yeah.
No,
They'll get rid of the judge.
no,
My main concern, though, Gladdy says to Trump, is what about the 7 warships, battleships going to Venezuela, plus a nuclear sub? You're going to start. Be careful, Trump. I call him Donnie. be very careful that you don't start World War III. While you're moving your ships around, get those submarines, those nuclear subs, out from under the North Pole. Gladys says he owns the North Pole, so
Yeah.
get him out of there. He can't be in there. So, anyway, that's kind of where I'm at now. But any comment there on
Well,
you being a sailor? You know where the subs are.
I do know what 30 years ago intelligence said about most of the naval ships. You realize they have an aircraft carrier that hasn't floated in several years because everything they build is less than substandard, to say the least.
Yeah.
That doesn't make them not dangerous, but they're almost more dangerous to
With
themselves
themselves.
than they are
Yeah.
to us. But that aircraft carrier has never managed to actually get anything up and running. And so, yeah, there's some give the Venezuelans, I guess, not that they need it. I wouldn't take it anyway, but yeah, it's a joke.
It's just another distraction
Yeah. It just gets
Distraction
away.
from Epstein.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yes, I do. You don't?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, he'll do anything to
Mm.
keep himself
Absolutely,
covered, right?
absolutely.
He's
Well, one of the things he should do, he should keep doing these. The reason Fat Donnie is renovating the White House,
with Rustolia.
no, it's to remind himself of Mar-a-Lago.
Lots of gold.
Yeah. Well, do us all a big favor, Fat Donnie. Why don't you just go back to the land of DeSantis full time and leave our good old USA alone?
And then do the Bugs Bunny thing with a saw and just saw off Florida. No, it was a great cartoon.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't remember? Oh, I know.
Yeah.
No, it's one of the. It's
What he saw.
it's sawed up Florida, right up at the Panhandle.
Good idea.
I
So-
know my Bugs Bunny.
Actually, I do have one question for the expert in virology. That would be you, the virus guy, the bug man,
Yes.
as I like to report it. That he is the bug man. But now that we know that we'll all be able to get the COVID deal, nobody else will be able to get it.
Here in New Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about because we're also high risk. So there's always a good thing to being high risk. You get the COVID vaccine.
Yes.
But the fact that nobody else or any children or we're getting there, guys, there won't be a vaccine available by the time RFK is done.
So there was something today came out that New Mexico
Uh-huh.
is approving vaccines for all ages for COVID. So, excuse me, we are old, yes,
Yeah.
and part of the at-risk group, but the state has moved forward to so that it's kids all the way up to old farts.
Yeah. That's well, and aren't there other states that are going to be joining together too?
They're going to have, oh, yes, the entire,
Northeast.
all of New England except New Hampshire. What's the deal with New Hampshire?
They're nuts.
Who's the governor up there? It used to be Sununu. Is he still up there?
It's a
It's
Republican.
still up there.
Yeah.
Because New England states and a couple of others are banding together to develop their own vaccine strategies moving forward because RFK has, I mean,
Well, there is no CDC anymore.
no, because there was a complete walkout of staff from the CDC this week. You want to talk about, I realize, that there's nothing funny about what happened at Annunciation Church up there in Minnesota, but along the same lines that you're talking about, one of the first things they did was stop all of the gun related research at CDC. you cannot find the data anywhere. The data are gone. And so there are no data now to hang a report on to have Congress say, well, we want to ban guns because, these are the data. No, there aren't any.
It's gone.
They're gone.
Gone.
And so what do you do to stand behind it? There is nothing except maybe throw a Subway sandwich at somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get fired.
Right. But the box launch, well, I'm sorry, the box wine DA in DC.
Yeah.
What's the thing you always hear on, like Law and Order?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to go to the grand jury, right? And they're going to indict him. Well, they can't indict him. Oh, any DA can indict a ham sandwich.
Yeah.
Well, apparently not.
She can't indict a cheese sandwich.
This ham and Swiss on the Italian on the footlong.
Well,
When the guy got off, the
Yeah.
judge said no.
He's not the only one. There's been several she couldn't indict.
Yeah, it's the box wine.
RFK did make the statement, either he or somebody in his office, that whitey should get the vaccines first over the black people because black people have stronger immune systems. That I found someplace, and
He said
that.
Is there research for that of some kind?
Yeah.
Or, well, we wouldn't know because there is no research being done in the CDC.
That shut down the
Yeah.
research when he said
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
RFK is such a tight ass. He can only let one go like this. No.
Yeah.
it comes out through the
He's at
waterfalls.
it again. I thought we were going to get through this podcast, but apparently
No,
we're not.
apparently not. Apparently
Are
not.
we running out of time now?
No. We're not running out of time. But before we move on, we need to thank our sponsor, LDE Affinity Jewelry, and Lisa, who does some great work and has agreed to sponsor us. She's the first and so far only sponsor, but there are a lot of podcasts that don't have any sponsors. So
What happened to your bracelets?
I
He had
needed
to send them back.
to
He had to
focus.
send them back.
No.
They were just props for the show.
Okay.
That's
Go ahead.
They weren't mine.
Show
But I
them what
just-
you brought.
Look how red he's getting.
Yes.
Oh, you know what the problem is?
I need to let one go.
So can you get back to what you're about to say?
Well,
Your shirt.
The reason we're just going to breeze through the LDE is that you'll see three of us here are sporting our new Mighty Fine t-shirts. These are, I've been calling them nearly as good as Duluth Trading
Almost,
Company
yeah.
shirts. I
You're
think they're
talking
a
about
little
the
bit
ones-
softer.
Yeah. Oh, they're softer than Duluth. but-
Yeah. But the neck is good.
Yeah.
They are worth every penny.
Yeah.
And to support the channel, buy yourself a t-shirt, 2 t-shirts, get a 40 pack. They're $20 a piece plus shipping, or $22 for the big sizes.
Yeah.
2X and
Those
3X.
2X guys like me, brawny. I like to use the word brawny. I knew that was.
You certainly are.
Well,
Not
Maybe
bad.
maybe
Not
a
bad.
maybe
Maybe
a
you
little
need a paper towel.
brownie stain.
No. I think he needs a paper towel.
Yeah.
Back up. Well, you want it wrong. So either that or bounty.
Bounty.
It's just-
I'm not bounty, I'm just brawny.
So Gladys says to Donnie, we gotta get serious here. You have total control of everything, like the universities, the Department of Education, NIH, NASA, the climate, National Guard wandering around cities with loaded pistols, which brings me to remembering Kent State. It's
Yeah.
55 years ago.
Well, You should have done the history of the day lesson.
I did, but you got beat up. Anyway, 55 years ago,
Kent State.
Ohio's, at Kent State, they were protesting the students, the war in Cambodia, Vietnam. was next to
Yeah.
Cambodia, and
Yeah.
Nixon said, "Hey,
Let's add them.
quiet those down,
Yeah.
quiet down the riots." And about 1,000 National Guardsmen who aren't supposed to have pistols and
Yeah.
rifles show up to quiet down the Kent State 3-day, 4-day-old
Mhm.
protest. And somebody decided to open up. So about 8 of them were charged. I don't know how many of them. But anyway, 4 students killed, 19 were wounded. And that's kind of, thank you,
Do
Mr.
you remember that, Lou? Because it's a little hazy for me. I was
It was
pretty.
1970.
No,
You
I
were
remember
you
that.
guys weren't born.
Yeah, no, listen,
We,
it's good.
we remember, don't we?
Yeah, I
Like
remember
yesterday.
very clearly because I graduated from Bowling Green State University. That's
Yeah.
in Ohio.
You had to get that in, didn't
Was
you?
that
Yes, I
1970 you graduated?
No,
Oh, okay.
long before that.
Anyway,
It was
Donnie's response to Gladdy was, I'm the president of the United States and I can do anything I want.
Right.
And I'm getting away with it.
But in line with that,
Good.
that's great lead.
Go.
Here's my
This is
message.
the next page.
Yeah.
Here's my message to
I'm back.
Dementia
One page.
Dime. People who are successful in business, government, and life in general are those who show compassion, understanding, and respect for others. And you, fat guy, show none of these values. So why should anybody respect you?
Okay. You preface that with the fact you think he was successful in business.
No.
Oh, okay. I
No,
just want to
not
make
him.
sure it's clear
No,
that
no.
he really was.
No.
Okay.
The people who are successful have these values.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
No, but his rhetoric. I'm gonna go back to what Ron's talking about with the National Guard, because he wants to bring regular army in now.
Yeah.
And his rhetoric is going to spin up some young kid with a rifle,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and some kid with a rifle is gonna repeat Kent State somewhere in this country. And
Kids from the National Guard that are out there walking around.
National Guard, regular army.
Yeah.
I don't know that his rhetoric will spin up, even if it's just one individual kid with a gun in the army or National Guard is going to let loose, because he's going to take it as that it's coming from the president. And he can do, if the president can do anything, he's telling me that I can do anything, and he's going to take out, because the guns are different.
Yes.
They were not semi-automatic, I'll bet, in 1970.
No, they were not.
They weren't single shot, but probably, I don't know what.
Well, they had
National Guard was.
automatics, but they were 50 caliber. That's
Yeah.
something you'd
Other thing is that they don't carry semi-automatic. Those are automatic weapons that the National Guard's carrying. There's no limit to what they can do with those things.
Right.
So we were talking about RFK. You brought him up,
Mhm.
RFK Jr. Did you know he has a digital lover?
It's not his couch, right?
No. That's JD.
JD has it.
JD has.
I can't trouble
the divan.
keeping up. He
Has the divan, the love seat,
the futon.
JD stands for.
just dancing.
No, just dumb.
Just
Yeah.
no. Well, it's Olivia Nuzzi is his digital lover, who was fired from the New Yorker. And she was a girlfriend of Keith Olbermann and a couple of others. Yeah,
Right,
yeah. Olivia Nuzzi. At one time, a respectable journalist of sorts, and apparently went off the deep end. And she and RFK Jr. are digital lovers. Which
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I got nothing to say to that. I'm actually just
Speechless.
Speechless.
We
Yeah.
need to remember
Yeah.
how to do
Well,
that.
why don't you let another one go?
We need to figure out how to do that. Actually, we need to figure out how to do it to you.
You, yeah. What,
Gotta-
what can we do to keep him?
I don't know, he
speechless?
killed a tree.
Yeah.
Killed a tree to bring out
Okay.
his stuff.
If you can't do,
HP loves me.
if you cannot do it on one page, don't bring that crap in here again. What? You gonna fire me?
I know you love that sign. You row.
Now, that's the grandson's name for me. Don't be messing with
Now,
that.
speaking of Roe, did we, that was in the pre-show, we were talking about next week with
Oh.
Roe,
Row Connor.
yeah, and
Don't
Oh,
miss it.
that's a big day.
Tuesday,
Nobody, Wednesday.
but they're doing Tuesday and Wednesday, I think, the second and third, they're doing two things.
Well, definitely the third, they're on the steps
Yeah,
of the Capitol.
Yeah,
And,
with 20 victims.
The,
and their attorneys.
the other,
And
yeah. The other thing is, remember, tomorrow's Labor Day, and there are protests all over the US. So, you know, if you have a chance to go, go.
close.
Time to get tough, guys.
Absolutely. Closing thoughts? We're up against it.
No, me?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, you.
actually, I'm still speechless. And it's my birthday, which means I get free coffee tomorrow at the coffee shop. Remember that.
But your birthday is
It's my week.
your week.
Anytime this week, I go in, free coffee. Doesn't
For
have to be
all-
my birthday.
for all of us?
No.
What-
It's
what-
me.
I'm sorry.
Is that your,
You
What
want
difference
to
does that make
read
to
the-
us?
Do I have to
You
pay
know-
y'all's coffee so I can
You
get
know,
free?
These are real.
that's your closing argument?
That's my closing argument. Go
Go
ahead.
Closing statement.
Closing
Yeah.
statement.
Closing statement.
Mine is, it's Donnie says to Gladdy, why is that funny? I'm so happy we're bound together with their private secrets, which I simply will refer to as PP.
So,
But I'm not so sure about what's happening to my secret with Epstein. We just don't want to talk about that anymore.
So I'm impressed. He
He made a whole
told us the
scenario. Yeah.
narrative.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
What
pretty
did I do?
impressive.
Why did you leave the writers group?
you came,
I can't spell.
Yeah.
you,
That's why with you.
you came to life.
It's with us losers who are all in the writing group too.
What do you got?
I said it all.
That's it.
Okay, good. Moving on. Go ahead,
Moving
Lou.
on. Quick. Okay, listen, we're coming to the end. This has been episode 5. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, pass it on, tell everybody about the episode, and Coffee with Any Old Farts. And we're hoping to have a guest
Next week, yep.
next week. We had
And-
hoped that she would have been here this week, but I
Some
think she
issues.
got a little nervous.
Nervous. Yeah.
But we wanted to bring her dog.
Yeah. Well, it's either there's 2 possibilities next week. And so either one will be able to handle anything we can throw at them. So
And they're going to go, oh, that's right. This is the Mount Rushmore. They're going to
Yeah.
go right between
yeah.
Coffee cup.
Thomas and Teddy.
And if you want to spend personal time with us, remember, Plot of Coffee, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And find us on YouTube,
Yep.
Coffee with Any Old Farts podcast.
T-shirts for sale.
And t-shirts are for sale. Help support the channel and help support LDE Affinity Jewelry and my friend Lisa.
Well, you have to explain how they can get the T-shirt.
Just drop. I don't know. Drop a note in the comment section below. Tell us you want a t-shirt. We will get in touch with you privately to get an address and size and figure out how to pay. We do accept PayPal payments, and also follow us on Blue Sky.
Yep.